Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, I'm Stephanie G, and here we just talk about all things life, love, nature. So in today's video, we are going to be giving Moni, my Monstera, some maintenance. So in my last video, if you watched it, the one right before this, when I was showing you all my plants in my cabinet and my plants outside of the cabinet, I told you guys that I had to repot Moni and make her into about 7 different plants because she's getting a little too wild, and I really don't want for her to crawl and do all that she's doing right now. I kind of want her to climb up, but I realized that I've been doing it all wrong with this moss pole, so we're gonna fix her. But in the meantime, I want to dress her up really nice and get some of these old damaged leaves off of her, and whatever else is in here that needs to be let go of, we're gonna do that as well. And then in a week or so, we will come back after she's healed up from all the cuts that I've made. We will come back and then we will repot her, okay? So today, that is not that video, but if you come back here next week, you will see me separate Moni, the Monstera, okay? So let's jump into this maintenance now because she really needs a trim. Okay, so as you can see, I have removed Moni from her cover pot, which was huge. Yeah, it's not the pot she came in, it's not the cover pot she came in, but it's one that I put her in because she started to spread wide. I needed something a little bit wider that her limbs weren't hanging over. But now that she's not being protected by the cover pot, you can pretty much see just how much she's hanging over this pot. I mean, some of her limbs were just like really limp because they were pressing against the cover pot. They weren't getting what they needed. Yeah, so let's just see if we can trim her down and make her happy. First off, I'm just gonna spray her a bit before I start cutting. So let me go and get this spray bottle. If I can locate it, I'll be back. Okay, so I got the spray bottle, and first, before we cut anything off, we just want to make sure we hydrate her. I mean, she has been watered. I will water her thoroughly right after we finish this, but right now I'm just gonna spritz her leaves and her petioles and just make sure that they're nice and moisturized and hydrated before I start making any cuts. She has some really beautiful leaves that I want to save, and I want them to become nice and big and healthy. But first we're gonna have to get rid of some of these leaves that aren't so healthy. There's quite a few that pretty much might be just sucking all the energy out of her. And she was another one of my plants who did get infested with spider mites as well. They didn't do as bad as they did to the other plants, but they did destroy a lot of her bottom leaves. But the thing about Moni is she's resilient, so no matter how much of the bottom leaves they were destroying, she was just like sprouting out new leaves daily. New big beautiful leaves daily. So as you can see, and these leaves are nice and healthy. You see, look how beautiful it is. I love Monsteras. I just think she was really my first dream plant, and I was just so happy when I received her. I'm gonna put a couple pictures in here so you guys can see what she looked like when I first got her and how wild she's gotten. She's just really, really wild right now, and she looks like she can't be tamed. But we're gonna fix that. She has some leaves that are folding in, and these leaves honestly are no good. These leaves have been infested by the spider mites and drained the energy out of it pretty much. So she looks crazy. Some of her leaves just look really, really crazy. So we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that. And we're not worried about the floor getting wet. It's just some water. As long as I remember and I don't want to victim to my own nonsense. Even watering the ones that don't look so well. But once we get them off, the energy can place, the plant can place its focus on where it needs to send the energy to. And that is growing these beautiful, big, healthy leaves. So we have to cut the sick leaves off. And don't get me wrong, it's gonna hurt. Now, one thing that I will mention, when you are cutting a plant, when you are trimming or pruning a plant that has petioles, basically you want to be careful not to cut the whole leaf. You understand what I'm saying? So most of you that are plant moms, you know exactly what I mean, because you want to make sure that you can grow a new leaf from that petiole, right? So you don't want to cut the brand new one. You can trim the older ones that have already had growth come out of them. You can trim those all the way down. And the ones who haven't had any new growth yet that probably look bad and need to get out there, you can trim right above the new growth. Okay. So for example, we'll take this one right here, right? This is where the new growth is coming out of this petiole, right? This is where the new growth is. This is the new leaf. It has yet to unfurl, which means that it has the potential, well, it does have a little sac right here, okay, where it's holding its little new baby, its new little leaflet. Will come right from out of here. You can feel the rays, and this one feels like it wants to come out even though this one hasn't even unraveled yet. So this is what I mean, like she's always shooting out new life. You don't want to get rid of this because that will stunt the growth of the new leaf. It will not grow, and you will never grow a new leaf from this point ever again. So what you're gonna do is, you see, this leaf is no good. So we're gonna get rid of it, and we're gonna get rid of it all the way down here because apparently it was the first leaf here. It started this whole shebang. It started it, then we had another one come out. That one opened up one here, and then this one opened this one up here, okay? So we're gonna cut that one all the way down. We don't need it. It's done its job. Thank you for your service, you can go. Okay, so now do we understand? Okay, so now that we understand how we're going to trim this monstera, let's get to it. Okay, so you know that petioles are not. Okay, so this one, besides that first leaf that I took off, the rest of them look pretty healthy. This one wasn't doing so great, and the plant will just keep trying to draw energy to this leaf to get to look better. And we don't have time for that. We just on to bigger and better things. So we're going to lose that leaf and a bunch of others. Okay, so you guys are never gonna believe that I just recorded a whole segment for this video. At least I thought I recorded it. I never pressed record. It's so ridiculous. Anyway, so I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what went on in that video. So, as I was cutting, I realized just how much damaged leaves Moni really had. Like, it makes me sad that she looks like this right now. But she's gonna get better because all of these leaves that she has left are new leaves and they're healthy leaves. Yeah, she's starting to grow some, I see some aerial roots trying to come out of some of the new leaves. Looks like this one was probably trying to climb onto this pole. But, you know, we'll see what we can make happen with that. Yeah, but it's sad. You don't want to cut all of it off. Wait till you see how much we cut off right now. That was sad, wasn't it? Oh my gosh. Yeah, but yeah, so in about a week or so, we're just gonna let her heal and let her cast over on, she's coming all the way out. She's pushing me out of the frame now. We're gonna let her cast over, and just all those spots that I've cut, we just want them to cast over and heal before we start to separate her or do anything. Because I know once I pull her apart and I put her in different pots, she's gonna go through it. Each edition of her is gonna go through it. So I just wanna make it as easy as possible for her. So yeah, we're just gonna let her feel this change right now, and then we'll start to separate her. And maybe I can get one of her plants to somebody lucky, maybe. Yeah, but we'll keep you updated on that. Well, I'll keep you updated on that. Yeah, but this is the new and improved Moni halfway through, because we're not done. So when you guys come back next week, we can pretty much take her apart and put her on some poles and see how she does. Okay? Well, thank you guys for joining me in this video. I really, really appreciate when you do watch my videos. I hope that you enjoy them. I hope you enjoy seeing me. I hope you enjoy seeing my plants, my cats, my family, all that good stuff. Yes, but if you are new here, please, 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 if you haven't subscribed already, please hit subscribe and like, so that more people can see my videos, or you can just share them with whoever you want to share them with. Anybody who loves plants, if you love plants, then you want to stay tuned. Okay? So, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Next week, to be exact. When Moni gets her final cut. Bye!